woman recounts a story told to her about a friend that had a terrifying encounter with a humanoid creature on a quiet rural road in Redbluff, California.
I'm telling this story secondhand on the behalf of the friend who experienced it. He recounted the time when he was a teenager living in Redbluff, California. He had a girlfriend who lived within walking distance of his home, and he used to sneak out and head to her house in the middle of the night. He recalled how the road he would walk to her place spanned a rural distance before reaching her neighborhood. On this occasion, he was making his way back home early in the morning. At a particular section, the road passed through a long, dark stretch of rural land, only to be momentarily lit by the infrequent passing of car headlights. But being that it was really early in the morning, there were few cars on the road. It was dark and quiet as he walked when he noticed the sound of footsteps following behind him on the gravel. He was immediately uncomfortable, looked behind him and couldn't see anything in the darkness. It was not uncommon for drugged-up derelicts and transients to be wandering around at this time of night around this area. These were characters you would certainly not want anything to do with at this time of night, or any time really. He increased his pace, yet the footsteps seemed to remain just as assuredly behind him as before. His discomfort began to elevate to panic. Suddenly, a car was heading toward him on the desolate road. He knew as the headlights passed, he would have a chance to see who was following him. The moment came, and he turned to see what this crackhead wandering in the night might look like. But what he saw was nothing of the sort. He explained to me what he could only describe as looking like a large Great Dane walking upright on its hind legs. He said it looked like the creature had a snout, some sort of huge mangy dog standing on its hind legs. The skin looked gray, pale, and hairless, and it was very skinny to the point where you could see its skeleton underneath. The most memorable detail he kept recalling, though, was the way in which its ribcage protruded, just like that of a Great Dane or other large dog. What he saw terrified him, and he started sprinting and didn't stop until he reached the nearest lit area he could find, which was a random parking lot. He stood there terrified until the sun came up, walked the rest of the way home, and never went down that road at night again. Does anyone know what it could have been that he saw? This isn't far from where Bigfoot was seen in the Patterson-Gimlin film, but this doesn't sound like a Bigfoot sighting at all.